What does South Africa need to pay attention to realistically develop the sports in our country?
There's a few things, because it's not that we don't have the talent. I've seen a lot of talented riders over the years. I think, first of all, we need money, we need investment. So I think looking after the owners. I haven't been competing in South Africa for a long time, so I'm sort of maybe talking out of thing here, but I think we've got to try to get behind the people that are going to put money into the sport and really try to rally around them and say, come on, guys, let's do this together, because that's what it needs, finance. Yeah. So without finance, how good you are, so some of the wealthy people or people that are interested to put money and get them around and try and get a team going in a funny way, like the UAE team just qualified for the Olympics, and they have one of the shakers, he supports them, and okay, that's an extreme level. It's still, you need somewhere that you need some help, So some of the guys that can never get out of South Africa, they need help. That's one thing. Looking after the owners, Then I think another thing, the breeders, if they could get behind some of the riders. Like top South African bred horses should be with top South African riders. I know it's a business and they need to be sold and this and that, but how cool would it be to have South African bred horses at championships?
It would be pretty amazing, yeah.
So I think, you go to Germany, you go to Sweden, they're really behind the riders. And I'm not talking like everyone's going to say, he's just wanting horses. No, then give it to the guys based in South Africa, but push it and promote it, So you get that strong base, because all the strongest countries in the world, it's all where the best breeding is. Belgium, Holland, Germany, France. And they're
driving the Formula Ones,
Only because they have the horsepower, So if we could somehow get the breeders really behind in that way, I don't know how or financially how, but that's maybe another way to do it. So getting our breeding very, very strong, which I think there's been a big push. And I've seen, over the years, it's definitely growing, some of the big guys. So that's brilliant. That's a huge push for our sport. And then the last thing is riding over here. You need, as much as people ride well in South Africa and they can get the course builders there, it's not the same. You need to be riding here on the highest level, experiencing warming up with Luger or Margazani or somebody in the warm up with you, seeing, no matter how good you are, there's a guy better than you, and we have this wonderful life in South Africa, but you come here and it's good for you, especially when you're young.
Small fish in a big pond. Yeah,
it's good, to come here, and even if you don't like it, sacrifice 2 years, come here and groom and ride young horses and clean the boxes and struggle a bit, because it gives you this fighting, this killer instinct. And I think so for the youngsters coming out, people that really want to ride and ride on the highest level, I would say when you finish school, come over here. I'm not saying kill yourself your whole life, but give yourself a few years of hard work and try to then build something up. So I think it's that big thing, looking after the owners, There should be things in the magazines, owner of the month, making them famous too, because I'm not being horrible, someone to put a lot of money in. What do they want to come and sit in a chair and eat a burger, or they should be looked after, They should be VIPs on the shows. And again, maybe they haven't been for a long time, and and I'm sure they have improved. So when I see here in Europe, some of the owners are looked after like gods, and they should be, because it's a lot of money.
Absolutely. And the breeders need to get the recognition.
The breeders, there should be sports breeders. They should be, and then that they get a big push for it, and proud that also riding with the best South African riders on the best shows in the world. That's pretty cool.
It's marketing as well, It's
marketing. It's good, and that's definitely, the breeding is a massive thing, because when you have that structure, and then you have numbers, and you have a real platform underneath, and we don't have to go and buy horses in Europe and buy them for millions and millions. There's numbers. It's a numbers game. And then the third thing, getting the youth over to Europe and getting stuck in, whether it's America, Europe, it doesn't matter, but coming over and experiencing huge numbers and people you've never seen before riding better than you.